What's going on, everyone? Burbank Aviation here, and welcome back to another video. Today we have the June 2025 Windsor Locks International Airport update for you guys. We got a very exciting airport update here with new routes, seasonal changes, and all sorts of stuff to go over here in today's video. Really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it'll help me out. But anyways, let's just get started. We're going to start over here in our cargo section with this FedEx 767-300. This guy's been heading on over to Memphis on the turnaround service. FedEx currently having Memphis and Indianapolis. Memphis getting the 767, Indianapolis getting the A300. You also got this UPS 757-200. This guy's been heading on over to Ontario after arriving in from Louisville. Both the services are on the 757. You also get Chicago Rockford with some 757s. So really cool to see that there for UPS. We're going to start on over here with our Eastern Concourse with the Sun Country 737-800. This guy's been heading on over to Minneapolis on the turnaround service. That is a 4-weekly 737, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. That is one of our seasonal services that has returned here recently, so really glad to have this back here for Sun Country. And this guy's doing the turnaround service out to Minneapolis. We got the JetBlue A320 right here in the mint colors. This is the balloon tail, I'm pretty sure. This guy's been heading on over to Orlando after arriving in from San Juan. Orlando is a 3-daily, San Juan a 2-daily. Those are our two best services here for JetBlue. Really nice to see those all A320s there. Got the JetBlue A320 here in the Bark Hotel. This guy's been heading on over to Fort Lauderdale after arriving in from West Palm Beach. Fort Lauderdale is an 11-weekly, getting the A320 twice a day, once a day on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And then West Palm Beach is a 1-daily A320. You also have Tampa, Fort Myers, and JFK all running at a once daily, so really cool to see that there. All A320s this month here for JetBlue, so really cool to see that there, doing super strong. Frontier A320 Neo, the Pop with the Prairie Dog, or not Pop with the Prairie Dog, Baja, the Western Tail Liberty. This guy's been heading on over to Orlando after arriving from San Juan. Orlando is a 5-weekly, flying every day except Tuesday and Wednesday. San Juan is a 6-weekly, flying every day except Tuesday. You also have Atlanta flying 3 times a week on Sunday, Thursday, and Saturday. But great job here from Frontier. Got the Delta A320 right here. This guy's going to be heading on over to Minneapolis, St. Paul on the turnaround service. Minneapolis is a 3-daily, going down to 2-daily on the weekends. All A320 service there. So really cool to see that there for Delta. Got the 717 here. This guy's going to be heading on over to Detroit. Detroit is a 4-daily, getting a 717, 1 A319, and 2 A320s. On Saturdays, you lose one of the 2 A320 flights, but still doing super strong. They're all mainline here currently. We did have some regional flights to LaGuardia, but that service ended, I think it was in October. That was a 6-weekly CRJ-900. Swinging on over here to the other side to hit the last aircraft, which is the Delta A321 Neo. This guy's been heading on over to Atlanta on the turnaround service. Atlanta is anywhere from 5 to 6 daily, or 5 to 7 daily actually. Seeing a mix of the A320 and the A321. You do get one A319 on Saturdays, but you do about 95% of the time see this A320 and A321. Got the Spirit A320 Neo right here. This guy's currently taxiing the runway for the flight on over to Detroit after arriving from Fort Lauderdale. Both the services are 1-daily A320s, Detroit being our new service. We'll go over that later in the video. You also got Myrtle Beach flying 9 times a week, getting a daily A320 with a 2nd daily flight on Sunday and Thursday. So really cool to see that there for Spirit. Got the, trying to see where the lighting would be best for this. Triple Crown 177-800. This guy is currently taxiing to his gate after arriving in from Baltimore. Going to be tuning on over to Chicago Midway. Baltimore gets anywhere from 5 to 6 daily, going down to 4 daily on the weekends. Midway is a 3-daily, going down to 2 daily on the weekends. So really cool to see those two services there for Southwest. Got the 737-800 here in the Heart 1 livery. This guy's been heading on over to Tampa after arriving in from Orlando. Tampa's a 1-daily, Orlando a 1-daily as well, but goes up to 2 daily on Sundays, up to 3 daily on Saturdays. So great to see those increases there on the weekends. Great job there from Southwest. And the 737 MAX 8 right here is going to be heading on over to Nashville after arriving in from Denver. Both those services are 1-daily there, so really nice to see some consistency here from Southwest. Got this United A320 right here. This guy's going to be heading on over to Chicago O'Hare on the turnaround service. Chicago O'Hare is a 4 daily, getting 2 Skyway 775s, an A320 and a 737-800. On Tuesdays and Saturdays, you lose one of those 2 Skyway 775s, but still really nice to see that right there. Got the 737-800 here for United. This guy's going to be heading on over to Denver. That is a 2 daily 737-800. A really consistent route here for United. Has been like that for quite some time. Really love the consistency and that 2 daily service out to Denver on the 737. American 737-800. This guy's going to be heading on over to Charlotte after arriving in from Chicago O'Hare. Charlotte's a 5 daily, getting 1 A320, 4 737-800s. One Chicago O'Hare is a 4 daily, getting an Envoy UN70, an A319. That's actually 3 daily, that's my bad. Envoy UN70, 1 A319, 2 737-800s. Or 177, man, I don't know what I'm saying right now. On Monday, that E170 flight gets upgraded to a second A319. So Monday, you get 2 A319s and 1 737-800. You get this American A319 right here. This guy's been heading on over to Washington Reagan on the turnaround service. That is right around a 5 to 6 daily, going down to 4 daily on Saturdays though. Seeing a mix of the CRJ-700 from PSA, the Envoy and Republic N75, and an A319. You get at least one of these a day. You actually get a second one on Tuesdays though. Wednesdays, sorry. So really cool to see that second daily A319 on Wednesdays there. Gonna quickly hit this Avilo 737-800. This guy's gonna be heading on over to Montego Bay after arriving in from Cancun. Montego Bay is a 2 weekly, Sunday and Thursday. Cancun is a Wednesday and Saturday. You also have Punta Cana flying Monday and Friday, are only Avilo services here. Avelo kind of launched originally out of here, and then it just became a complete battle with Breeze. Breeze then launched some routes to New Haven, and they've kind of just been shipping at each other ever since. Avelo definitely doing worse out of here compared to what they started with. Started with 7 routes, now down to 3. So definitely sucks, but still they're hanging on a little bit. 6 weekly flights, 1 every day except Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes for now. Got the American Eagle UN45 Focus. American Eagle UN45. This guy's been heading on over to Philadelphia on the turnaround service. That is pretty still nice to have here. 5 daily, I should say. 4 of those flights are Piedmont UN45s, and then you get a daily A319. So really cool to see that mainline, but also maintaining this UN45. Love to keep this in here as long as possible. The UN45, such a cool aircraft. Really, no one flies it outside of Jet2X. And then you got like Contour and Denver Air Connect. Really the only ones flying it. You got United too. Really would like a United model with the splits, the UN45 XLR. In the new livery, but the American E145 really kind of the only thing I have right now outside of Jet2X, but still looking very strong. American 737-800 here. This is with the logo on the winglets. This guy's been heading over to Dallas after arriving from Miami. Dallas a 3 daily 737-800 going down to 2 daily on Saturdays. Miami a 1 daily 737-800. So really a lot of 737s. You get in here, you get up to 9 a day. So really cool to see that. Good job there from American getting 9 daily 737s. Goes down to 8 daily on Saturdays, but that's about it. Sorry about that. So really cool to see American doing super well out of here. Definitely one of the best airlines, probably behind only Breeze and JetBlue, I'd say. But still very strong here for American. Got the Breeze A220-300 here. This guy's currently taxiing to his gate after arriving in from Jacksonville. Going to be teaming on over to Las Vegas. Jacksonville is a 4 weekly flying Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Las Vegas a 3 weekly flying Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So some 2 of our, say, mediocre services here from Breeze, but still doing super strong there. Speaking of Breeze, you got this A220-300, the second one. This guy's been heading on over to Norfolk after arriving in from Raleigh-Durham. Both those services flying every day except Tuesday. All A220s there. Those are 2 of our better services there. Really strong services here from Breeze. Really cool to see that there. We also have Richmond and Myrtle Beach flying at a 5 weekly. Both those services are Richmond every day except Wednesday and Saturday. Myrtle Beach every day except Sunday and Thursday. Majority of the services outside of that are flying 2 to 3 times a week. You have 4 Myers at a 4 weekly, but then outside of that, everything else is at a 2 to 3 weekly, except the Charleston service, which is where this Breeze E195 is doing its turnaround service too. That is flying 5 times a week. every day except Sunday and Thursday. This E195 comes in Monday and Friday. A220 comes in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Our one service that gets this E195 here for a breeze, so I do try to keep it in as long as possible. Kind of just something to fill up a space and then an additional route that I'm able to cover. So really cool to see that 5 weekly out to Charleston. And then the final aircraft here in today's video, you got this United A319. This guy's been heading on over to Washington Dulles. Dulles is a 4 daily, getting both the Republic and Mesa E175, a A319, and then on Saturdays you do actually see 2 Commu Air E145. So really cool to see that there for United. So we do have quite a bit of stuff to go over here. News-wise, Sun Country, that seasonal service has returned out to Minneapolis, a 4 weekly 737. So really glad to have that back. Speaking of returning seasonals, a Velo, that Cancun service has returned as a 2 weekly 737-800. So really glad to have that service back as well. Now have all the Velo routes currently flying right now. Spirit, Fort Lauderdale is up to a 1 daily from a 4 weekly, so great to see that increase right there. And then Detroit, that service started on June 12th as a 1 daily A320. So really cool to see that they're in from Spirit, doing a super nice job out here. Currently flying 3 routes. They have a total of 4 of those. They also have an additional Orlando service that currently is suspended, I think. Frontier, gonna go over them real quick. Just San Juan up to 6 weekly from a 4 weekly, so an additional 2 weekly flights right there. Really a lot of airlines doing super well out of here. JetBlue here, Fort Lauderdale is down to 1 weekly flight, so a super small drop right there. But Orlando is up to a 3 daily from a 2 weekly, so an increase of 6 weekly flights right there for JetBlue all around. Southwest, the Chicago Midway service is getting an additional daily flight, so more increases there. The Fort Lauderdale seasonal service did unfortunately end, but still Southwest doing super well out of here. American, that Charlotte service is down to a 5 daily from a 6 daily, but Philadelphia is up to a 5 daily from a 4 daily. So really kind of just a swap of the daily flight from Charlotte to Philadelphia. Still doing super strong out of here though for American. And then Breeze, definitely the airline we have the most news to go over here by far. Really like this every update. Jacksonville up to a 4 weekly from a 3 weekly. Vero Beach up to a 3 weekly from a 2 weekly. Fort Myers down to a 4 weekly from a 5 weekly. So really our only drop right there. Myrtle Beach and Orlando both up. Myrtle Beach to a 5 weekly from a 4 weekly. Orlando to a 3 weekly from a 2 weekly. You have Phoenix, that seasonal service ended, but then you had Greensboro, that seasonal service began as a 2 weekly A220-300. So probably an addition of about 7-ish weekly flights there this month for Breeze. So really cool to see that. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. That's really help me out. Really just a lot of stuff to go over here, especially for Breeze. They're just having so many increases here. Hopefully we'll see this continue, really an upwards trend this month here, I'd say, out of this airport. Really probably like 90 to 10% ratio in terms of good news to bad news here. Only thing you had bad was a few slight decreases. Fort Lauderdale down to 1 weekly flight. You had 2 seasonal services and then Breeze, another flight down to 1 weekly. Outside of that, everything's up. So really cool to see that there. Good job here out of this airport. Definitely up here as we get into the main summer months, June through August. So hopefully as we get into July and August, that will continue. But I'll not be surprised if that goes back down as of about September. But still, we're doing super strong out of here. So really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.